Hello and welcome to another editorial. So, what's in today's video, you may ask? Well, in today's video we're going to be talking all about illustration and the evolution of the serif font. So this video is going to be slightly smaller because it's a slightly smaller topic, but still important nonetheless. So, what is illustration? Well, I think most people know what illustration is, but in design, so for example, my personal favorite is graphic design. So I like modern, clean lines. Illustration is very much a lot more fine, a lot more refined, and a lot more detailed. So I'll throw up a few examples of illustration just so you know what I'm talking about. The history with illustration is the previous sort of trend was thick lines, big lines, really thick, bold layouts, and that's what I love. That's my personal favorite. But 2018, 2019, more people want refined. More people want refined, detailed, really fine drawings instead of the thick, bold lines that we had in previous years. Now, you'll see this a lot with packaging design. So you'll see in a lot of packages, see in a lot of bottles. I don't know if it's a reason for that, but yeah, on a lot of bottles and a lot of sort of soap packaging, there's a lot more use of illustration of this kind. And to me, I think it looks really, really beautiful. It's a work of art, you know, like people sit there, it's not computer it's not computer generated, you know, computers can't sketch the way human can. So these things are done by hand. And when you look at a piece of packaging and I look at it and it's an illustration of something, I'm like, wow, you know, time has been taken to make that. And not that time doesn't get taken to make graphics, but I think it's really, really lovely that in 2019, the basics of just drawing is still so heavily used. You know, people still draw, even with computers, even with all the beautiful graphic stuff we have, people still draw. You know, still have a book. I still love books, you know, illustrations. Just, I don't have any illustrations in here. This is my writing book. So, but there's nothing better in my eyes, even though I'm a huge tech nerd and a graphic geek. Like, I just love graphics and love computer generated stuff. There's still a love for the paper and for somebody actually drawing, like sitting there with a pencil and drawing a beautifully crafted illustration. And that is, thank God, still here. So even though my personal favorite is thick lines and computer generated stuff, illustrations are still number one. It's still there and it's still being used a lot. Now, onto the second part of this video, which is serif fonts. So what is a serif font? Now, I'm going to put some examples here, everywhere. A serif font is a type of font that has the flicks on the edges. So they are like Times New Roman is an example. Playfair Display is another example. Playfair Display actually is the one I use for my personal blog. Link in the bio. But so that is what a serif font is. Sans serif is slightly different. So sans serif is the modern fonts like Helvetica, Myriad Pro, Montserrat. My mind has literally gone blank, but you know what I mean. So it doesn't have the flick, so it's clean. It's the modern type of font. However, even though sans serif is still used everywhere, serif is coming back, and serif is still very much being used in design today. And I'll show some more examples. It's still being used in the mainstream for many things. So posters are a big example of that. A lot of new Netflix shows have the serif font, sorry. Wrong type. Good pun. I didn't even think of it. So serif fonts are still being used today heavily. Now, they've kind of been on and off through the ages. So obviously serif fonts were the only thing we had. And then sans serif came, and then serif have kind of crept back in and then kind of died out, and then they've really come back into force. So everywhere you look, there's serif fonts. Now, is there a difference between them? I think so. Serif, for me, exerts authority. It exerts stature, it exerts history. It's like, you know, if you see a serif font, you know it's serious. Sans serif fonts to me are a lot more fun, a lot more playful, a lot more casual. And it's kind of weird because sans serif is used in a lot of business stuff. So, you know, I think it's with the context it's used. So, for example, I download a lot of financial results from different companies. I know, I'm so fun. But so, you know, they use sans serif fonts, the ones I download anyway. And it obviously isn't a fun document. It's not a playful document. So it still looks like it means a lot, but it still has that, I think serif still has that one up on sans serif where, you know, you use serif in a book, in a big book, you know, the text is in serif. Old documents always use serif. So, you know, it's very much, to me, a traditional type language. But I love it. I actually really love it. And the way I distinguish it is obviously Serenity. The core font of Serenity is Helvetica. However, on my personal blog, you'll see that it's done in serif. And the reason that is because I want that to be my personal diary, my personal book in that sense. Although it's digital, to me it's like my diary, it's my book. So I'll put sans serif there. You will never see sans serif in Serenity. And the main reason that is because we target startups, we target small businesses. We are not corporate. Our clients aren't corporate. I'm not working for Apple, I'm not working for Microsoft, I'm not working for Google. I'm working for a smaller Serenity. I'm working for a personal brand. I'm working for something smaller. So, you know, these types of people, you know, we're a flexible company. We're a fun, young company. So that's why we use a lot of sans serif. However, my blog, to me, is my Bible. It's my personal Bible. So, you know, I use Playfair Display on that side of things. So it's a serif font. So that ends today's video. Now, before we end it, make sure you go and check out our masterclass. Our masterclass is on the 14th of March, Basics of Photoshop, based in Marylebone. So grab the tickets, they're £5 if they're still available, because they are going quick and we've got a limited space. So grab them now before they disappear. So, you know, our 2 dates are down below. And yeah, if you like this video, like and subscribe, sound off in the comments what you think. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next video. So thank you and see you next time.